Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Omobolanle Adeshui. President Muhammad Buhari departs Abuja Tuesday from Madrid, Spain, as head of an 11-man delegation on a state visit to the European nation at the invitation of the Spanish President, Pedro Sanchez. According to a release issued by his media advisor, Fayemi Adesina, during the visit, President Buhari will also meet with the head of state of the Spanish nation, His Majesty King Philip VI. During his engagement with both leaders, the Nigerian president will discuss issues of mutual interest to both countries, which will expectedly result in the signing of agreements and memoranda of understanding on a wide range of topics geared towards further enhancing the bilateral relations between the two nations. Such areas include extradition and transfer of convicted persons, mutual legal assistance, cultural matters, cooperation towards fighting crime and enhancing security, as well as issues affecting the independence of diplomatic staff. Also on the agenda are cooperation on energy, trade and investment, transportation, public health and sports development. The president will also be the special guest at an investment forum jointly organized by the Spanish Chamber of Commerce, the Ministry of Trade and the Confederation of Employers, where he will speak to the gathering of top members of the Spanish business community and their Nigerian counterparts on the investment opportunities in Nigeria and ways of expanding the volume of trade. And still on the president, he is set to meet with governors of the All Progressives Congress, APC, ahead of the ruling party's national convention to produce its presidential candidate for the 2023 general elections. The meeting, which is ongoing at the presidential villa in Abuja, has all members of the Progressives Governors Forum represented. It is expected to give guidance on who should emerge as the flag bearer of the APC amid the screening of the party's presidential aspirants by the committee led by former Edo State Governor and former APC National Chairman John Oyegun. Earlier, governors elected on the APC platform had expressed a desire to go along with the choice of the president on the emergence of the party's presidential candidate. And the All Progressives Congress, APC, will continue the screening of its presidential aspirants today ahead of the party's primary scheduled to take place between June 6 and 8. A total of 11 presidential hopefuls are expected to appear on Tuesday before the APC Presidential Screening Committee, led by former Edo State Governor and former APC National Chairman John Oyegun. They include the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, the Senate President, Ahmad Lawan, Governor Fayemi of EKITI State, former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, and oil magnate Tain Jack Rich. Others are former Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ugbonaya Onu, Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State, Governor Yaya Bello of Kogi State, former Minister of Information under the late General SANI Abacha regime, Ike Abasi Mokelu. The APC panel had screened 12 presidential hopefuls in the course of the exercise expected to last 2 days in Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. The chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, and national chairman of the Action Democratic Party, ADP, YABAJI SANI, has emerged as the presidential candidate of the party. He was declared as the ADP presidential standard bearer at the Special National Convention of the party on Tuesday in Abuja. The chairman, ADP Electoral Panel, Tasiru Abdurrahman, said that SANI was chosen by consensus. He said SANI was chosen after he was screened and confirmed to have met all necessary requirements for the 2023 presidential election. Responding, SANI appreciated the party for giving him the presidential ticket for the 2023 general election. The consensus is a great favor because if we go into 2023 without anybody to contest for president, their name will not be on the ballot. He promised to live up to the expectations by upholding the party's mandate and adhering to its rules in the 2023 poll. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Monday ran a mock exercise with a bimodal vote voter accreditation system in EKITI State ahead of the state governorship election. BVAS, as it is known, facilitates the accreditation of voters on election day. Speaking to reporters during the exercise, INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu said the exercise had been a success. The INEC chairman added that the electoral umpire was also interested in the readiness of facilities for the election. A federal high court in Abuja on Tuesday admitted Senator Rocha's Okorocha to bail in the sum of 500 million naira with one surety in like sum. Justice Inyang Eko in the ruling said granting bail was a discretionary power of the court. Justice Eko said the surety, who must have a landed property within the jurisdiction of the court, must deposit the certificate of occupancy of the verified property with the registry of the court. The judge, while admitting the senator to bail with a cautionary statement, ordered that his international passport be deposited in the registry of the court. He ordered the registry of the court to inform the Nigerian Immigration Service about the state of Okorocha's travel document. He further ordered the lawmaker not to travel outside the country except with the leave of court. Eko also granted Okorocha's co-defendant, Anyim Chinaye, a bail in terms of the administrative bail earlier granted to him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The judge adjourned the matter until November for trial. And the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, has urged the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to step up its efforts in educating and protecting Nigerians from the increasing cases of the ravaging monkeypox disease. It stressed that the agency, which is saddled with the responsibility of disease prevention and control, must not lose sight of other infectious diseases like monkeypox, even as it focuses on COVID-19. The Doctors Association, while urging Nigerians to adhere strictly to the preventive measures of personal hygiene, implored religious institutions, churches and mosques to take up the responsibility of sensitizing their followers about the disease. The NCDC had announced that the country has recorded 21 confirmed cases of the monkeypox disease in the last 5 months, with 1 death. Also in the month of May, a total of 6 new confirmed positive cases were reported from 4 states: Bayelsa had 2, Adamawa 2, Lagos 1, and Rivers State 1. We'll take a commercial break now. When we'll come back, we'll bring you news from the Africa scene and other international stories. Please stay with us. Thank you for joining us again. On the Africa scene, over 500 civilians died in attacks carried out by armed forces and Islamist groups in Mali from January to March this year. The United Nations said in a report on Monday that detailed a rapid unraveling of an already desperate security situation. The killings represented a 324% rise over the previous quarter and highlighted the failure of Mali's military junta to limit human rights abuses or stop groups linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State from carrying out campaigns of violence. They come just as Mali cut ties with former colonial power France and as Wagner Group, a Russian private military contractor, steps in to help defeat militants who have carried out attacks in the center and north for nearly a decade. And on the foreign scene, Ukrainian forces were still holding out in place on Tuesday, resisting Russia's all-out assault to capture a bombed-out wasteland that Moscow has made the principal objective of its invasion in recent days. Both sides said Russian forces now controlled between a third and half of the city. Russia's separatist proxies acknowledged that capturing it was taking longer than hoped, despite one of the biggest ground assaults of the war. Western military analysts say Moscow has drained manpower and firepower from across the rest of the front to concentrate on the place, hoping a massive offensive on the small industrial city will deliver something Russia can call a victory in one of its stated aims in the east. The Ukrainian head of the city administration, Alexander Stryuk, said the Russians now controlled half of the city. Well, that's it on News Now. Up next is entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam. Nigerian comedian Chukwuemeka Emmanuel, popularly known as Oga Sabinus, has requested for 1 billion naira in damages from First Land Foods Ramco Nigeria PLC over alleged infringements on his intellectual property. This demand was contained in a lawsuit filed against the beverage company by Sabinus's lawyer, Stanley Alieke. First Land Foods Ramco Nigeria PLC is the maker of pig products, including pig milk. In an advert posted on Instagram on Tuesday, May 24, 2022, Pig Milk had used the famous phrase "something huge" to promote their product. Addressing the company through his lawyer, the skit maker noted that he had trademarked the phrase and therefore demanded for the sum as compensation and damages. The letter, dated May 27th, reads, and I quote, "The said slogan was trademarked on the 26th of November 2021 with the file number NGTMO 2021 48311610. On this note, we make the demand for the payment of the sum of 500 million naira as compensation for the unauthorized use of the intellectual property belonging to our clients, and another 500 million naira for damages for the trauma, emotional, physical, psychological, and mental trauma our client has suffered for the trademark theft and infringement of his intellectual property rights." End of quote. Similarly, Sabinus has also demanded the sum of 100 million naira from UAC Foods, makers of Gala sausage roll, over unauthorized usage of his image in one of their adverts. And away from that, Ukrainian band Kalush Orchestra, which won the Eurovision Song Contest, has sold off its trophy for $900,000 to raise money for drones for the country's armed forces fighting Russia's invasion. The money raised would be used to buy 3 Ukraine-made PD-2 drones, TV presenter Serhiy Prytula, who hosted the auction, announced, according to Reuters. The Crystal Microphone trophy was auctioned off on Facebook, with the band writing, and I quote, "You guys are amazing. We appreciate each and every one of you who donated to this auction, and a special thanks to the team of cryptocurrency exchange Whitebit who purchased the trophy for $900,000 and are now the rightful owners of our trophy." End of quote. The sale Sunday coincided with an appearance of the band at a charity concert at Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, whose goal was to raise money for medical care and supplies, the BBC reported. Sweeping the public vote at the Eurovision Song Contest final on May 14th, Kalush Orchestra won the competition with their song Stefania. The band had received special permission to leave Ukraine for the event, given that most Ukrainian men between the ages of 18 and 60 are not allowed to do so in case they are needed to fight. And it's a wrap on Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam. Up next is Sports Update with Samson Oluide.
Nuffield Health has signed a 5-year partnership with the Football Association to become the English football body's health and well-being partner. As part of the agreement, Nuffield Health will gain marketing assets across the England men's and women's national football teams, Wembley Stadium, as well as the St. George's Park training facility. The private healthcare provider and the FA will also work together on grassroots initiatives. Nuffield Health's campaign around the partnership will be built around promoting physical and mental health, as well as the benefits of a good diet. Still talking sports business, Aston Villa have announced a new multi-year partnership with Castore, which will see the UK sportswear brand become the Premier League club's official kit supplier from the start of the 2022-2023 season. The deal covers all of Aston Villa's technical apparel across men's and women's and academy teams, with the Birmingham-based club's new home kit set to be revealed ahead of the Australia pre-season tour in July. Although the terms of the agreement have not been disclosed, Aston Villa's previous 3-year kit deal with Kappa was reportedly worth £3 million annually. Founded in 2015, Castore is continuing to rapidly expand its supplier portfolio, which already includes Scottish Giants Rangers, as well as Newcastle United and Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. The deal with Aston Villa is the brand's latest in its home football market, having recently added English Football League clubs Charlton and Salford City to its roster of partners. And finally, on sports business, the Indian Premier League's Delhi Capitals have announced a new partnership with sports blockchain technology firm FanCraze, which will see the launch of non-fungible tokens and Web 3.0 experiences. The agreement will see the Capitals become the first franchise from the Indian 2020 cricket competition to launch their own digital collectibles. These non-fungible tokens will be tradable on FanCraze's online marketplace, which launched in February this year and comes after the brand became an associate partner of the Board of Control for Cricket in India by sponsoring the Women's T20 Challenge. In January, FanCraze launched the International Cricket Council's officially licensed Crypto's non-fungible token collection and has since partnered with Cricket West Indies. FanCraze has said it is working on a number of partnerships with individual cricket stars as well as other teams and leagues. And that's it on sports business. I'm Samson Oloide. Up next is the stock market report.
Welcome to Equities Market Report. I am Frank Komalape. Now, Nigerian equities market extended the bearish sentiment on Tuesday as the NGX all-share index declined by 0.3% to settle at 53,634.14 points from 53,772.35 points against the previous day. On the gainers list, Transcorp Hotel and Champions led the chart with 40 kobo and 19 kobo each to close at 6.25 kobo and 3.95 kobo each. CWG, Lasako and Ecobank Transactional Incorporated gained 5 kobo each and 60 kobo to close at 1.4 kobo and 1.9 kobo and 11.9 kobo, 90 kobo respectively. On the flip side now, Nigerian BRAs led the chart, losing 6.90 kobo to close at 62.40 kobo. As Northern Nigerian Flour Mill PLC lost 115 kobo to 10.55 kobo. Trailing behind are shares of Japan Gold, Prestige and Multiverse losing 9.09%, 6.98%, 4.76%. to close at 30 kobo, 40 kobo, and 20 kobo respectively. So for further analysis now, I've been joined by Mr. Charles Fakruba. He's a stockbroker and investment banker. He's also a broadcaster. He joins us now. Thank you, Mr. Charles Fakruba, for your time.
Thank you, Frank. How is the studio?
Well, yes, I'm sure you're following on the report or the activities in the equities market today. Bring us up to speed now with the activities in the market today. What exactly happened today?
Yes, we can see that the traders were a bit cautious in terms of the trading today. And one would not say maybe the early morning rain has an effect on the market. But however, the traders were doing what they know how to do best. And we saw some of the indices, really coming down, like you have mentioned. The offshore index lost over about 0.25%, like you have reported. And for the sectorial indices, We have seen the oil and gas is the only indices that was positive, doing 0.05%, while the other indices go in the negative, the insurance sector, 0.13%, the banking sector, 0.15%, and of course, the industrial sector, 0.16%. We also have the NGS 30, which is an index that measures the performances of the 30 most capitalized securities on the NGS exchange, also lost 0.38%, while the consumer goods also lost 1.78%. So, with the result of all these indices moving, of course, that has depressed the market more than we have seen before in the all share index. Also, in the news today, we had some companies that were marked down, what brokers call the markdown for payment of dividends. That is, crude oil was marked down because they were paying 2 naira 50 kobo. That time was also marked down for payment of a dividend of 20 naira. While Tekla was also marked down because they are paying dividend of 10 naira 47 kobo. So, because of this markdown, the prices of this equity will also be reduced by the amount of dividends they are paid. Because today is the closure date for those securities, that is crude oil, Dangote cement, and of course Tesla. So these companies also added to the depression that we saw in the all share index. But I must say that companies like ETI, which showed some significant improvement, it is because their closure date is very close, and investors are taking position in the Pan-African Bank. So these are some of the financial news happening today in the market.
Okay. Let me quickly come in here, Mr. Charles. Yes, Tuesday's negative pullback seems to mark a trend that suggests that the market may continue in this posture for a long time. Given the background that you have just painted, the fact that some companies are being marked down because they are paying dividend in the market. So how long do you think this negative trend will continue?
Okay, this negative trend is going to be short-lived because from what we have seen, looking at the trend, Q1 numbers from these companies are very fantastic. So we expect that as we begin to look at countdown to the end of Q2, we see, starting from tomorrow first, tomorrow first, we'll see the market trying to go back in the positive direction.
But a look at the rallying hospitality stocks such as Transcorp Hotel and, of course, the beverages also sector as well, like Champion Breweries led the chart with about 40 kobo and 19 kobo each to close at 6 naira 25 kobo and 3 naira 95 kobo for the stock of Champions Brewery. So what's your take on investors' appetite and positioning in terms of safety? Because at this time, investors are looking for safety and where to position.
Yes, we always advise investors that the capital market is not a market you just come into. You must have done your own little analysis, of course, talking to your stockbroker, and at the same time, looking at your own risk appetite before you get to the market and do any investment. Yes, investors are looking at safety. At the same time, they are not closing their eyes to return. So they are ready to take the necessary risk to get the return that meets their investment objective. As we move, we are going to be seeing more and more of investors taking position because of what some of these equities have done in the past. So we might begin to see a positive role in the market.
If I may ask, I mean, I like the excitement that you brought on earlier. It seems to be that some investors, or a kind of body language that some investors may not be panicking, as it were. So what's your sentiment or what do you think will dominate the market as the month closes? Of course, this is the last trading day in the month of May. And from tomorrow, we are already in the new month. What's the outlook like? Hello, Mr. Charles. Hello, Mr. Charles. Well, I guess we lost connection with Charles Fakruga. They was trying to give us analysis of the activities in the market today. Well, I have to call it a wrap with the stock market report on Business Now. Many thanks for watching. I am Franco Malape. The rest of the news continues in a moment.
And it's a wrap on Business Now from iBrandTV Lagos. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Michael Nars.